So let's see, Nita, I'm going to use you for this because since I know you've never seen me do what I'm going to do before, so I don't know if anybody else has it. So just sit on the chair and get up. And just do that once or twice and notice what getting up is like. One more time. And try to get up. Try hard. Okay, now, when you try hard, what happened to your feet?
I threw them out to the side.
You picked them up?
Yeah.
What are you doing with your butt?
When I'm trying to get up?
Yeah.
I guess tilting forward? I'm not sure.
You're pushing it into the chair, aren't you? Right.
I think you're pushing it into the chair.
Go ahead, see who's pushing it.
Try to get up.
You're pushing it.
Okay.
Now, lift your feet in the air and push your butt into the chair until you get up.
That's not going to work.
No, it's not. So, if I wasn't holding you, how would you get up?
I guess I would push through my feet.
No, you're trying to figure out how you get up. How would you get up if I wasn't holding you?
I don't know.
Well, what did you do the first time? Just
I
do
don't
it.
know.
Just do it.
But how can I do it if I
Try it
don't know?
and see. Just do it. Yeah, that's right. That's what you want.
Okay. I thought about it.
Yeah, but that's...
Because I didn't think about it when I did it the first time.
Yeah, but you did the same thing you did the first time. And yeah, go ahead and sit down and talk about it. So what happens is you think about how we create limitation. What we do is you respond to a perceived constraint by doing something that wouldn't work if the constraint weren't there. And then blaming the constraint for the fact that it didn't work.
It's like what you just
That's what we just saw. When you run up against a perceived limitation, you create the limitation or you reinforce the limitation by doing something that wouldn't work if the limitation weren't there. And then blaming the limitation for the fact that it didn't work.
Can you give us another example? I mean, I saw that.
Well, what we're going to do now is give you a chance to more than see that.
Okay.
So let's get up and play with that. And first, just see how you get up. Notice the way you get up is by shifting your weight forward into your feet, and then you come up. Okay, go ahead and hold her down.
And what am I supposed to do?
Well,
Just see what I want to do?
See what you want to do.
Okay.
Very interesting.
I'll do that again. Did you do that again?
It's because I saw what you did.
Yeah, but
and I understand
but also
it,
go
but
into now the sense of when you feel his pressure.
Well, that's
And
It's a decision.
And try to resist his pressure.
But I did, to some extent.
Yeah, to resist the pressure, of course.
If you resist the pressure,
in
you
an
have to do something
oppositional
different.
way.
I was trying to understand what you were saying.
Yeah.
I'm happy to either prove it.
Yeah, but there's a point at which I could give up. I feel the pressure, but I went anyway.
Yeah.
What this reminds me of. Yeah.
It's when you
That's okay.
decide that it holds you back. Go ahead now. See, now you're pushing against me because you think I'm... Yeah,
When I
you're
studied
pushing
martial
against me.
arts,
I am.
How would you get up without pushing against me? Yeah, that's right.
I don't know what I did.
First student.
I ignored this.
That's right. You ignored
I
that.
put my attention on something else.
You put your attention on what you were doing.
On the whole action.
And
Yeah.
again,
That's really interesting.
we make these different choices all the time. We aren't aware that we're making them. So you make different choices and you think, well, that's because the outside circumstances are different. But it's because you're making a different set of choices. Now, hold her fairly firmly. Now try to get up. And if you can't get up because you're focused on that, I can help you up. Not by pulling on you, but by guiding you. Because the thing that's holding her in place is her focus on the hands on her shoulders. And that can be a hard focus to shift if you aren't used to doing it. You've never done it before because you're used to letting your attention be automatically drawn where it is. So by focusing here, now if I pull on her, hold it down. If I pull on her, then I become another pull, and she feels that as a double pull. If I just guide her, she comes. Now, this kind of shift has some big implications for what you do with your hands when you're touching the client. And we'll be looking at those later.
Like we feel the pressure and we interpret that as meaning that we can't get up, and there our attention goes into finding a way to not be able to get up.
Right. Well, finding a way to not be able to get up. We know why we can't get up. We can't get up because of the pressure.
Well,
so what we do then is we find a way to amplify the pressure, which strengthens the feeling we can't get up.
So you're forcing that.
Yeah, see,
It's
because that's what
and
hold me down.
And we'll make sure that you will not be able to get up because all you're doing is fighting pressure.
And then you're
Because
organising
you're
yourself in
doing
such a way that you can't get up.
Okay, literally
hold me down.
Literally prevent you.
Yeah. So see, then what I'm doing is I'm fighting against him,
Right.
and that's where all my effort is going.
Yeah.
But if I stop that,
Which has nothing to do
He
with
stops.
getting out of the chair.
There's nothing to do with what he's doing.
now, the thing nobody has said here today, but people often say in doing this is, but you're doing something different. You're not holding me the same. You know, do you have that feeling when the other person, when you start to
It
get up,
does
that
feel
the other
that way.
person has stopped? And that's right. Because, hold me down again, Bob.
You mean now?
You mean once they can get
You mean-
up?
Seriously, hold
Hold me down. So Bob's holding me down
He ain't going nowhere.
is an agreement between us, in a sense. He can push down on me because I'm pushing up on him.
You're meeting him.
I'm meeting him. And if I stop doing that, he stops pushing down on me.
It blows the whole deal.
That's so cool.
That's clever.
This is,
Yeah.
This is big.
yeah. This is
Resistance.
And relationships.
relationships and a lot of, this is
Kind of like.
a very basic idea here, I think. How many people are familiar with Carlos Castaneda?
A little bit.
Ah, good. We got an old enough group. So, one of the main ideas in Don Juan Matus, who was Carlos's mentor, one of the main points in his teaching was that reality is an agreement. That he talked about ordinary reality and the sorcerer's reality as being two different realities. He said, it's not that one is better or one is more real. They're agreements. They're different ways of agreeing to how we put the world together. And this, I think, is a wonderful example of how that agreement works. Because the thing that keeps you held down is an agreement between the two people about how we're going to structure, how we're going to compose experience out of this situation in a way that gives us something that makes sense. And as long as we're both in that agreement, then everything makes sense, and we know that that's the way the world is, and we can construct all these wonderful laws of physics examples about why it happens that way. But something else is also possible.